Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Truly Bedrock. Today, we're headed back over to the spawn town from our main base area, where we just did a little bit of cave lighting, getting things prepped to get started on our main base. But that is not the focus of today's episode. No, we are building a shop. That's right, our first shop is going up in the shopping district, and we've got some pretty cool plans in mind. The first step in making that happen is to go meet up with Liara, who has a wool farm, and we're gonna need a ton of the stuff. So let's go see what kind of deal we can make. Hello? Anybody here?
Oh,
wow.
AFK, yeah, AFK conduit, make sure the mobs get killed if they come after me.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm over here because I am building a enchanted bookstore, and I'm making it look like a wizard hat. It's super cool. So I'm gonna buy you out of a lot of stuff right now. So we're gonna take that and that, and that and that and that, and just for good measure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stacks of wool. And then I'm gonna completely buy you out of blue, and I think I'm gonna need some more. So if you're gonna be shearing some sheep.
Yeah, I heard. Well, actually, you are not the one that I heard coming on it. Prowl actually sent out a message saying I'm gonna need blue and black wool, and so I was like, oh, I'll go ahead and dye a couple more sheep, and then you beat him here. But diamonds are diamonds. So.
Oh, the irony.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're your signature colors, not his.
Exactly. Who does he think he is? Prowl.
Exactly.
Oh. What would you say to a diamond for 32 quartz blocks?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Fantastic. There's your diamond.
Sweet.
Quartz. Oh, you're a lifesaver. So I will come back a little later and check on the stock and buy whatever else blue wool that you've got, because we're going to need quite a bit of it. And while we're on a little bit of a spending spree here, Moonbreaker Rocket Shop. All right, let's go ahead and grab that, and we'll plop that down right there. What do we got here? Let's go boop, 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 boop. Throw payment and hopper below. So I grabbed a full row. Let's just give him 11 diamonds. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That pays for what we already got. And 1, 2. We'll grab 2 more stacks. I think we're gonna be set for a while. All right, so we're over here at the shopping district, and we've got all the stuff laid out ready to go, and we've even done the basic shape of the shop. Now, how are we gonna get in this shop? Because a giant wizard hat sitting on the ground, I don't want a doorway. A doorway seems pretty lame for this kind of build. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get the basic shape of the hat in place first, and then we're gonna lift up part of the hat here. So there's a little bit of an archway, kind of like there's magic holding up the side of the hat. And that'll be our doorway. So it's going to be on an angle. That way, we can come straight down from the portal and into the shop. There's no door in the front or the side. It's right here in the corner. So we'll get to that here in a little bit. But first, I want to go ahead and start working on the shape of the hat in general, and then we'll start filling it in. I had my camera account out so I could see what I was doing as I was going, but this is taking shape. We have not done the doorway yet. I'm going to raise this up as soon as we get a little bit more of the structure of the hat in place, but it's coming along nicely. I also have this shulker box. You can see it's concrete powder. There's not much of it. We're not going to use much of it, but I am going to use some concrete powder in the hat design itself because it does look really nice having a little bit of color variation. Because this blue concrete powder, let's go ahead and place one down just so you can see, is slightly different, just slightly different than the wool. So when you kind of mix this around in here, it just gives it a really nice texture. So we're gonna mix some of this in here, and I've got another little special surprise for you guys. I've got 32 blocks of quartz that we're gonna throw them around the hat and make them look like stars. This is gonna be amazing. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Can't wait for you guys to see it finished. hope you guys enjoyed that time-lapse footage of us building our wizard hat shop. Super, super cool. Tricks of the trade. Stuff you learn along the way. But we gotta take a break from the shop building just for a moment to go meet up with Zloy, because in the last episode, he loaned us an Elytra to head on into the end. And if you don't remember what happened, well, guess it's time to go face the music.
Zloy! Oh, buddy, oh, pal.
Zloy!
We have presents, buddy. We have presents,
We
and
do.
absolutely nothing went wrong in the end raid. Everything was completely fine.
Yeah, nothing
Okay.
nothing happened bad at all. It was perfect in raid.
It's not why you're all so friendly all of a sudden.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just so happy to see
No,
you.
no, no.
You're the best looking person in this room.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I'm the only one with an actual, keen with 3D elements.
Yeah, exactly. You are the best looking person. Blue Jay pales in comparison to you, buddy.
I mean, just look at the way his
And
eyes
everybody.
blink. His eyes blink
Yeah.
in such a blinky way. It's amazing.
Yeah, it really is amazing. Okay, so Prowl, do the
Yes.
honors and things.
I got we got you your Elytra, and
Okay.
we couldn't just give it to you in the normal fashion because that wouldn't be fun. I gotta remember where I placed this button. Actually, I think you're standing on the block I need. Could you step away, please? It's either this one or this one. Push that button. Let's see if it works.
Well, hang on, let me actually make sure of something.
Welcome to another episode of Find the Button.
Hey, there you go.
Hey!
Where's the fourth one?
Which one of you guys had the fourth one? I think Killer had it.
Killa, why don't you talk about the fourth Elytra? That's I
Fourth one?
think you should. Yeah.
I rewatched the clip. We specified that you are to come back with 4 Elytras, one of them mine. I'm recommending one.
So give him his Elytra back, Killa. Give him his
Tell him
Elytra
what
back.
happened to the Elytra.
I would love to.
He's just leaving us here.
He just left. He's
I
gone.
can't believe you just did that.
He's gone. So we have some bad news.
Yeah. So
Your Elytra's
what
gone.
had
Goodbye.
happened was
Thanks for the deployable closet, by the way. Really appreciate it. Actually, pretty impressive redstone.
All right, so I've set up a basic little bee honey farm right here. I found 2 bees' nests on some trees way off in the distance, and we brought them back over here with the bees inside. We bred them up, and now they are pollinating these flowers and taking some nectar back into the beehives. Now we just have to wait. Now we can go craft a honey block and do the whole thing again. Now that we've got 2 honey blocks, let's head back over to the shopping district, and we'll put those in there until we're ready for them. And that's looking pretty good. The next thing we want to do before we get to the rest of the detailing is get the doorway worked out, because we do want to have it look like the little hat is lifted up here in the corner. So we're going to rip some of this out and try to make that happen. That doesn't look the absolute best, but that's just the basic idea for the doorway. We're gonna make the black shift up a little bit here and kind of arc over. You can also see that there's a bunch of torches that I've dropped in here to light up the area, but it is not to mob-proof this room. Although it was a little bit dark, this biome, thanks to Foxy No-Tail, has been transformed into the mechanics of a mushroom biome, so we won't see any hostile mob spawns over in this area of the world. We're pretty safe from that. Well, it took me about 15 minutes of tinkering with this, and I finally came up with something I really, really like. First, we tried just a straight arch, and it just didn't quite look natural, and it kind of lost the organic feeling of a hat. And then we came up with this. It's got a little swoop up here, and then another little swoop up, and then all the way back down. We also tried going on the inside to kind of make the black border around the inside as well, which that would not make sense on the inside of a hat either, so we kind of left that out. We took it back out, made it thin, and it looks perfect. I love how it just opens up to the inside, and it's just kind of like opening up a little peek to the inside of a magical hat. So that's pretty cool. We'll get to the interior here in just a moment, but we've got a few more minor details to do on the outside of this build. That's not a bad start. We've got a little half moon shape right there and a bunch of stars around. Very, very reminiscent of the Mickey hat. It's very, very cool. We've already started the inside as well. We've got a nice little log border around the room. What we're gonna do is we're gonna strip all of these logs because I just love the look of stripped logs. It's a very, very nice texture. It's not so bold as a regular log. It's much more tame and flat, and it gives you a lot of opportunity for a build like this. You know, I just realized that we ended up grabbing those honey blocks earlier in the video, and I don't think we're gonna end up using them. In my test design, I had like a little medallion or pendant or whatever you want to call it across the front of the hat with like a little band around it, and I kind of like the way it looks like this without it. So don't ever doubt Disney. Disney knows what they're doing. So anyway, we got the interior started. We got a nice little staircase made out of quartz into here. I think that contrasts really well with the dark oak, and it kind of matches up with the stars and all of that. Then, as you can see, we've got these little cracks in the floor, and I thought we could do something really cool with this. If you've ever seen Fantasia, the Sorcerer's Apprentice with Mickey Mouse, he's mopping, and he makes magical mops, and they mop the floor on their own, and I kind of thought it'd be fun to put some water in these little cracks like this to make it look like there's puddles all over the room, like Mickey hasn't done his job. He hasn't mopped up the floor. Super cool idea. So I think that'll look really nice, and I believe we can waterlog all of these to make it look like a nice big puddle. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, I love waterlogged stairs. They're so cool. I can't believe I've never used these before. And one more. Oh, it's so nice. Oh, I love it. I've never been so excited to see a messy floor before. What do you guys think? You like it? I think it's pretty cool. As you can see, it's pretty dark out right now, but there are no hostile mobs around. We already talked about earlier the fact that this has been turned into the mechanics of a mushroom biome, even though it is a mesa, which means we can play around with some really cool lighting effects inside of our shop. The top up here, we went ahead and dropped some lanterns just to keep this lit up at all times, but the floor level here, I've got a really cool idea. This is the circuit right here that's going to be used to trigger our lighting effects. Pretty simple. All you have is an upward-facing dropper into a sideways-facing dropper into a hopper that feeds back into the dropper. So when you come up here and step on the pressure plate, it spits out the item into the hopper, and then it powers that comparator and flips on the light. Then, when people leave the shop, they'll run over the pressure plates again, and it will shut the lights off just like that. All right, so this might look like a lot, but we've got the circuit hooked up. It's pretty basic. All you got is redstone and repeaters running around the room. And we got redstone running into these blocks, which will power upwards these lamps. And all of the repeaters that are in between the ones powering the lamps are set to 4 ticks so that there's a nice delay between each lamp coming on. So if we hop up here and button it all up, you can see all the lights are off. And then when we step on any one of these pressure plates, we got lights coming on. I love it, I love it, I love it. So it'll kind of illuminate the entire room and everything that's in here. It looks so good. So then when people leave the shop, the lights will turn off in sequential order once again, and it'll be ready for the next person to come in. The only problem with this system is if there's somebody already in the shop and somebody else comes in after them, all the lights will shut off, but that's kind of the trade-off for a design like this. It's all good. This past weekend, we had our first Truly Bedrock stream weekend for Season 2. If you don't know what a stream day or a stream weekend is all about, we get a bunch of the content creators from this server together, and each of us takes a 2-hour time slot. And over this last weekend, we had 2 full days of streaming just from this server. And we got ourselves into a little bit of shenanigans. So I'm going to show you 2 of the things that we worked on right here. We've got Infinitower. If you guys know anything about Prowl, this is his tower here. He is absolutely obsessed with mending bows and completely antagonistic about it and hates infinity bows. So the name speaks for itself. Secondly, if you guys saw any of Season 1 of Truly Bedrock on either my channel or Prowl's channel, we pranked Jessie in her giant forest with a dark oak baby tree monster holding a lightsaber. It was weird. It was weird. Okay, so here we are in Season 2, and she's got this really nice one-chunk house. Oh, hey there. Oh, she's horrifyingly awesome looking. Look at this. This is Princess Trila. Ah, and look at that purple lightsaber. It's just perfect. It's perfect. I hope she never tears this down. Yeah, it was down in less than 24 hours. Another huge progress update for you guys. We have the shop interior complete, and look at this. Oh, with all the lights popping on, it's just so cool. Oh, it's so magical. That's exactly the look we were going for. We've got floating bookshelves. We've got shulker boxes where people are going to be able to grab their enchanted books from. We've got lecturns. We've got lighting. We've got little magical sparkles made out of stained glass. All sorts of cool stuff in here. Super proud of this build. Hope you guys really, really like it too. But guys, I am out of time for today's episode, so I'm gonna jump down here to my temporary storage area, drop these couple of shulker boxes, and we're gonna start loading up the enchanted books that we do have, and possibly do some more AFK fishing to grab some more. I'll go ahead and sort through all of these books off camera so you guys don't have to sit through the tedious process. We'll talk through the pricing schemes and things like that in the next episode. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today and watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to leave a comment, leave a like, and subscribe. And turn on those notifications so you don't miss any future content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a fantastic day.